Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, how everyone's doing. It is Tuesday, July 20th. I'm so happy to see you here. It's a beautiful, hot, sunny day in Toronto, and I cannot wait to go out for a walk. I did some workout this morning, but I want to take advantage of the wonderful sun to get some vitamin D. So I'll be heading out there for a walk around lunchtime after I eat my baked salad. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday with TLS. And for those of you who are always joining us on Tuesday, we want to say welcome and welcome back. We're so happy to have you. And for those of you who are joining us first time because someone invited you to the TLS weight loss page, let me introduce myself. My name is So San Hua. I'm a dietitian, certified diabetes educator, as well as TLS director of training. Welcome. So today we are going to talk about one of the most important tools that I feel that people know is important, but people really don't put a lot of effort in it. And I want to talk about the reason behind that and why I truly believe your tracking sheet is the I call it the honest best friend that you need to keep you on track. You know, us, we have friends, right? We have friends who are just hanging out, having fun. Then we have those friends who always say, yes, 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 whatever you do, whether you are on the right track or on the wrong track, they often just support you. They love you unconditionally and they never criticize or they never make comments, right? We have those friends who say, yes, right? This is my yes friend. I do have those friends. I said, what do you think of this? Great. What do you think of that? Oh, it's excellent. Which one's better? Which one do you like? They never really give you an opinion. They are just there to support you and they are amazing and they're wonderful. However, we understand that when we enter a or about to enter or you're already in that weight loss journey, sometimes we need that honest friends. That friends that may say certain things that may not sound the best at that time, or in fact, that honest truth sometimes hurts, but we know deep down that honest truth is exactly what we need to propel us forward. Do you agree with that? Do you have an honest friend around you? And if you say I have plenty, I would say congratulations. I think as I grow up, I'm growing up, um, I have to say that I really cherish those honest friends. I don't have. It's funny where as you when I was younger, I have so many friends, and as you are getting older, you realize your big group of friends kind of dwindle to a very few selective ones. And there are few selected one, and the one that kind of stay behind it, where you are with them, what we call through thick and thin, tend to be your honest friends, friends who support you, but also know how to talk to you when you do something that it's just not very logical or not necessarily good for you. So we all need that honest friends. And if you don't have those honest friends, guess what? The TLS tracking sheet will be your best honest friends. So we know that when we're about to start a weight loss program, anybody to start any program, what do we like? How do we feel? We are motivated. Our motivation is the highest at the beginning of any program, right? You agree? Just think about the first time you start a weight loss program. First time you start TLS. How excited were you? How motivated? You are so motivated. That's why you took that first step. Because if you're not motivated, you're not going to take that first step, right? Every step takes courage, and that courage because of motivation. But we also know that motivation only lasted so long. Some people may only be a week. Some people, a month. Some people, 2 months. Some people might be longer, 3 months, right? But whether you are motivation only lasted a week or 3 months, along the way, there will be a lot of bumpy road, right? How many of us know that whenever we're driving, there's no bumpy road, everything is as expected, life is great, everything is predictable. As much as we don't like failure, as much as we don't want to achieve everything, we know life is full of um, unpredictable. I think the only thing that stays the same is change. I love that. It's so true. Nothing stays the same. The only thing that's the same is change. It's constantly changing because we're constantly evolving. We're changing. And I want to kind of walk through a little bit the whole process and really introduce you to the tracking sheet and why that is your best honest friends that you need on your journey. It's because, like I said before, motivation gets you started, but your tracking sheet will get you finished, right? We all can start a lot of things, but not many people finish their journey for so many different reasons. Because, like I said before, motivation only lasted so long. And I want to help you navigate through these days when you just feel like giving up. And I know Melanie did such an amazing job to talk about when you're ready to give up, there's three things you must do first. And I totally agree with that. But when on those things you said, I'm so ready to give up. The tracking sheet is your navigator. It truly is your navigator. And we said, instead of thinking of how far you still have to go, think about how far you have come along already. And that tracking sheets help you to really see that. You know, isn't it true that we tend to overestimate things that are good and underestimate things that we know are not the greatest, that we don't want to do more? Like, for example, um, we know eating vegetable is great, right? TL's a lifestyle, general healthy eating lifestyle. We know eating more vegetable is great. How many of you, I mean, including myself, tend to overestimate the amount of vegetable that we eat? And let's suppose those not so healthy food, all right, our ice creams, or I don't know, our chocolate cakes, whatever it is that are not the most health friendly food, we tend to underestimate the amount that we eat and underestimate the frequency of eating it. How many people agree with me? So that's why your tracking sheet, like I said before, will be that honest friend to keep you on track, so that your estimation, whether you're overestimating it or underestimating, it keep you right on track. That no, I think you're eating a lot less than you think in terms of vegetable, or you're eating a lot more frequently than you think on those days that you're not eating the TLS friendly food. And I really don't want you to feel like it's all nothing. There's no such thing as all nothing. All nothing mentality only leads you to, unfortunately, failure or disappointment. Because in life, there's ups and downs. And I mentioned earlier in my previous video is that weight loss is never linear. It's ups and downs. And I will say that with motherhood, with your career, with relationship, nothing is linear. Everything has ups and downs. I think that's what makes life interesting. If life is so predictable, if you were to read a book and you know exactly what each chapter will be, would you be interested in continuing reading the books? I would say not really, right? Part of reading the book and the excitement of the book is kind of expecting something, but when there's twists and turns, that's when you actually keep the book is actually interesting, that you want to continue reading. I really think the journey is exactly that. There are days where we say, okay, you know what, this is very predictable. Today's a predictable day. And there are days that are totally beyond your control, and that is perfectly normal. In TL Transition Lifestyle System, we're here to teach you not a short-term weight loss. We want you to build the skills and knowledge and habit to instill in you, so that in long term, it's innate, it's part of you already. And I always say, if we can make healthy habit, like brushing our teeth, where we don't think about it, but we do it every day anyway, regardless how busy we are, regardless how tired we are, regardless how upset we are, regardless of anything, we still brush our teeth. If we can make healthy habits, like brushing our teeth, can you imagine what your health status will be, what your healthy weight will be, how you feel, how you sleep? It's going to be a big, huge transformation. But it really start off by not expecting that this is it, but expecting that there will be changes and there will be those ups and downs. And that's why tracking sheets are so important. So I really want to say that um, I personally feel that with my clients, when I work with my clients, part of follow-up, well, like I follow my clients all the time. Part of follow-up is really the tracking part, right? Yes, the tracking sheets are the great thing in between the follow-up. So let me kind of If you never had a chance to check out the tracking sheet, or if you have not downloaded a free digital journal of the health and journal, you're missing out. I would suggest for you to go tlslim.com, answer, do the TLS profile, get to know what program is a better fit for you. And in return, we want to thank you and give you a big gift. This actually that worth $25 of packed with information to help you to understand how to live a healthy lifestyle and making healthy choices so that you're on your way to reaching your weight loss goal. So I want to do a very quick, I want to show you what's like. So we actually had a separate TLS measurement and tracking sheet. So this is what you should be seeing here. Okay. And I want you to see how amazing it is. So we have the tracking sheet, and the first page, as you can see here, how do I make it big enough for you to see? I'm trying to think. Can you see this? Yes. This is the overall measurement. If you actually know what's the measurement, we're not just about into measuring your weight. Weight can change all the time. Last night, if I were to eat kimchi, and I love kimchi, and kimchi it's very high in salt, I retain a bit more water. So if I weigh myself today, I would be probably gaining a 2 or 3 pound. But did I truly gain 2 or 3 pounds of fat? I am probably gaining only 2 or 3 pounds of water because I ate something that's very salty that I usually don't eat, right? So that's why, aside from weight, we don't want you, the number on the scale only provides a very minimal picture of the whole progress. So we still have you, because I know people still like to monitor their weight, and we have there, but we want you to measure your body fat, your muscle, because muscle is so important. Muscle is so precious. While you're losing fat, we want you to at least maintain muscle mass, if in fact gain muscle mass. Then you measure your chest, your waist, your hip, your neck. Look at all this thing. We want you to write down your shirt size, your pant size, because I always tell myself, it doesn't matter how much I weigh. If I put on my pants and I don't fit, it only means one thing: I gain fat. It doesn't matter what the number on the scale says, right? Pants don't lie. And I said pants does not shrink overnight, okay? So pants are your next best friend, I would say, your pants and shirts. But I really want to show you, this is a first week. Most people will start up with like 30 jump start, and they start with tracking, a detox tracking sheets. And here really not only track what you eat, but track your sleep, right? Your detox week reminder, a reminder of the key things like no sugar and no sweetener, no caffeine, and so forth. But you see what you eat, you see now we put the time right there, because we really want you to see how your timing is, because the timing of your meals are very important. Are you eating very close together? Are you eating very far apart, right? Then the bottom part, I thought this is a very crucial part, is knowing your vegetable intake, your protein, your fruits, your good fats, because we want you to eat lots of vegetable, but we also want you to also, your diet should be adequate and full of protein, healthy fruits, as well as good fats, because fats are so important. It's give you satiety. It not only allow you to absorb fat soluble vitamin and so many things. So I am a huge on making sure that you get enough good fats, not getting too much, but getting enough so that your body feels satiated. Everything is about a balance, right? Then hydration. How much water do you drink? You might thinking you're drinking a lot more water than you think, but a lot of people don't even manage to drink 8 glasses of water a day. How about your supplement? Are you committed to your supplement regimen? You know that in TLS, we always say in the 4 components, supplement is one of the components. Why is supplement one of the components? Because we have years of poor healthy eating habit. We have years of where we're craving carbs. We have years where we are often stressed. We have years where we have big, huge appetite. That's why we need these supplements to help us to, I would support us to reach a goal faster in the most effective, efficient way possible. So there's the supplement. Then the bottom, look at this. There, every every day there's a daily affirmation. Making myself a priority with TLS is the best thing I can do for myself, my health, and my loved one. I think these are things that we need to say to ourselves. And sometimes when you don't know what to say to yourself, I would say 2 things. I am enough, and I can do hard things. These are things that I say to myself in front of the mirror every morning when I brush my teeth. Because you might know this, but sometimes we need to say it to really internalize it. How many people say, oh, yeah, I know it? No, you have to say it, right? Like you love your kids. Will you say, "Oh, my kids know that I love them"? No, you tell your kids, "I love you." Why? Because words and hearing those words are so much more powerful and so much more impactful. Then we have these daily stress reduction. We tell you how to reduce your stress. For example, deep breathing. I love this part. One thing I did for myself today is one of the obstacles that I face today, because every day we face obstacle. Every day I face obstacle. So I want to make a note of that, because this whole journey is a journey to get to learn about yourself. Good or bad, you get to learn about yourself. And the more you learn about yourself, the more you understand yourself, the more you can help yourself, right? So after you have the obstacle, we want you to be on a positive side. How I overcame or plan to overcome this obstacle, because we want you to think about, how can I think of a solution instead of, okay, this is a problem. We all have problems, but problem is only a problem when we don't think of a solution. And this is making you to be proactive, thinking about that. Then you write down your goal for tomorrow, because we always plan the next day. We don't necessarily have to plan a week ahead, because if you're busy and everything's overwhelmed, plan the day, the next day. What's your next day will be like? Then this is your regular tracking sheet. The same thing. We have healthy eating tips. We ask you how many hours you sleep. The same thing. We have these little checkbox, right? If you are people that like to check and you're a type A personality and that checkbox makes you feel good, this is the checkbox for you, right? Then there's the supplement. Exercise. We want to remind you to move, because body composition is a second component of our TLS program, which is helping you to build muscle and lose body fat. This is why moving your body is so important. There's so many benefits, daily affirmation and so forth. But I really want to show you the weekly reflection. I am a big fan of reflection. I think time, like we often say, oh my God, like where has the days gone by, right? Time passes by too quickly. And I felt that weekly reflection is helping us keep us grounded. How is a week like, right? In so in perspective, like wait, don't weigh yourself every day. Weigh yourself once a week. Do your measurement. But what I love is this last sheet. It is important for me to reach my goal and live a healthier lifestyle, because it's a great reminder for yourself. Why are you in this? Why did you start in the first place? This is your why. And writing it every week to help you to firm up that why. Remind you of that why. Just in case that you fall off track, just in case you have those bad days that you want to give up, writing this really help you get back on track, right? This week's negative remark. What did I say to myself that's negative? How did I replace that with a positive comment? Again, being proactive, being positive. What did I do well? What can I do better? Okay, never said what I failed, but what can I do better? Okay, and one thing that I will implement next week to boost my success, I absolutely love the tracking sheet. And I know if you didn't have a chance, don't treat this as a homework. We all know, we've been in school. How many people love homework? I don't think there's many kids that loves homework. Maybe some of the highly accomplished overachiever may love homework because they love when the teacher put them and give them a check mark or 100 or 95 in terms of their grades. But the key thing is we don't love homework. Majority of us don't love homework. Don't treat it as a homework, because when you treat it as a homework, as I said before, you already don't love homework. But when you treat it as a homework, why would you love doing it? Treat it as an opportunity to talk to your best friend. How many people love to have a conversation with their best friend? This is your best friend in private. This is a best friend that you can totally share and be honest with yourself. And the more honest you are with yourself, the more you reflect, the more you actually track, you will get to learn yourself in such a different way, and you will see yourself progressing. Not only progressing, even when you have those dips, you can still overcome those dips. Hopefully you find this helpful. If you didn't have a chance to download, or if you are off track in not tracking your progress, maybe start doing it today. And I look forward for you to comment in this video here how much this has helped you, because I will be checking your comment within this week, and I would love to hear your feedback, what a difference it made, and start tracking it and see it not as a homework, but as your friend, as your best friend, having that honest conversation. I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.